As a video maker, the issue of running out of storage is on the agenda. Last week, I was gonna buy again one of these external hard drives. You might be familiar with it. On the same day, Holden UK sends me an email saying, "Do you want to review one of our 16 terabytes hard drives?" I thought about it. I said no. Hello, have you been following my channel? Of course I said yes, and I've got with me today the Promise Pegasus 32R4. We'll check its features today and find out how a RAID drive can help us as video makers and content creators with our workflow, and how these drives are a better option compared to the usual USB external hard drives. First of all, what's a RAID? R-A-I-D. It's a data storage visualization that gather different physical drives into a single unit. We'll get into more details after the lovely intro. Welcome to another video review, a bit different from the usual videos that you find on my channel because we're going to talk about hard drive. Still, this is very important for video makers and content creators in general. So that's why I want to cover this subject. And first of all, I'm going to say thanks to Promise and Holden UK to send me this unit to review and test out. I mentioned in the intro, this is the Promise Pegasus 32R4. It's a RAID drive which includes 4 different hard drives of 4 terabytes each. It's still included in the DAS, so the direct attached storage units, which means you connect it directly to your laptop or computer through, in this case, a USB cable or Thunderbolt. I said RAID means redundant array of inexpensive disks. And these drives are used for data redundancy. What that means? Data redundancy means that the same data will be copied over different disks, different drives. And how can that help us? That's a backup of our files. Whatever files you are writing on a disk, they will be copied and duplicated on a different disks. So let's say we have some issues with the first bay, with the first disk. We still have the ability to recover that file because maybe it was duplicated in the bay 4. And that's one of the benefits of having the RAID drives, and we're gonna talk about pros actually of this type of storage units. If you are in this situation where you have multiple drives, different brands, different sizes, a lot of cables to connect to the same laptop, it doesn't look great. So if you are one of those people like me that likes to be tidy and organized, having all these drives it's not useful. Here you have a single box with everything you need, all your drives, all your files, and you have one cable to connect to your computer. With a Thunderbolt 3 connection, you can also power another laptop up to 85 watts. If you have a friend visiting, if forgot the cable, for whatever reason, you can't power another laptop or your laptop through the unit. Sometimes when I have multiple drives, I have certain files I need on one drive and other in another drive. Unfortunately, my computer doesn't have enough USB ports, so I need to eject one of the drives, reconnect it, copy the files over, and so on. And the process, the workflow is just so much slowed down. The Pegasus 32 features 2 Thunderbolt ports at the back, Thunderbolt 3. Through those ports, you can create a daisy chain, which means you can connect different Pegasus one to another, but also connect different laptops. Again, if you have a friend visiting, you can work together on the same drive at the same time. Without a cable splitter, you can connect up to 6 different Pegasus. And also, of course, you can attach any Thunderbolt 3 device to the second Thunderbolt port you have on a single unit. If you have a Thunderbolt 3 connection either on your laptop, and of course you have it on the unit, it's straightforward. You connect the cable and the device will appear on your laptop. If you don't have Thunderbolt 3 on your laptop, as I do, I just connected a USB-C cable to the unit and the normal USB on my laptop, and it's working fine. The only thing is that you need to install the right firmware. So go again in the description tab, you will find the firmware there just for USB cables. Very easy, straightforward, you simply connect it and the device will pop up on your desktop. We talked about data redundancy, and on each unit, for example the Pegasus 32, you have different ways to set up the drives. For example, you have RAID 1, RAID 5, RAID 6, RAID 10, and so on. These are just different ways, again, to set up the disks. And you can find more technical videos on YouTube, I'm sure. RAID 1, for example, will split your unit in 2 different hard drives. Let's say you have 4 hard drives. 2 will be the drives you use to save your files, and the other 2 drives will be used to duplicate those files that you wrote. But unfortunately, half of the unit will be used to duplicate your files. This unit was set up by default in RAID 5, which means I can write on 3 different disks and 1 will be used as backup. This is the best way to benefit from the whole unit, because you still have access to 12 terabytes and 4 terabytes will be used just to duplicate your files and have your backup. So if one of the 3 drives I'm using breaks, I can recover the files from the 4th drive. And to replace a broken hard drive is very straightforward. Actually, I'm gonna show you how the hard drives look like. What you wanna do is to eject your drive. You can push on the buttons, the slot will come out, and that's your drive. You can simply replace the drive, recover your files from your backup disk, and you are ready to run. When you connect the Pegasus 32 to your laptop also, you will have to install a software, and the software will tell you if something goes wrong and how you can duplicate and recover your files. Very important feature is the speed of transferring the files. Again, for a content creator and a video maker, that's key for a smooth workflow. If you connect the drive through the Thunderbolt 3 port, you can get a speed up to 1400 megabytes per second when you transfer your files. Something else I want to talk about is the possibility to connect monitors, external monitors, to the Pegasus 32. The unit features at the back a DisplayPort 1.4 that you can convert in different other connections through adapters. So that's the way to connect one external monitor. But if your monitor is also run by a Thunderbolt 3 port, you can use the second Thunderbolt 3 port on the unit to power a second monitor. So for a video maker and content creator, you know better than me, monitors are never enough. That's a great way to have a nice monitor setup. As many storage units, of course, you can find different kits with different prices on the Promise website. The Pegasus 32 R4, so with 4 bays, comes at the price of £1,419. You can find kits with 6 or 8 bays, and you can go up to 24, 48, 84, 64, 128 terabytes. So all the storage you need, you will find it on the Promise website. Also go and check the prices on holden.co.uk, link in the description. So what to say, guys, I definitely recommend a RAID drive. Go and check the Pegasus 32 and all the series. It can really improve your workflow, save a lot of space, not just the space for the files, but physical space on your desk. I know it can sound quite expensive, but it's definitely worth it. And also, I can't wait to talk about NAS drive, and I really hope Holden UK is listening, and even Promise. I think that's even better for video makers, because you can connect a NAS drive to the network, but through an internet connection you can access your files from anywhere. Well, I thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. It's gonna be a cool one.
Seems all good times come and go your way. Child memories fall into rolling.